Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 6th of December, 2024, a full and fun gameplay streaming day where we mixed things up, we readjusted, we realigned, and it looks like things may be back on track. All right, so let's talk, shall we? So first off, yes, it is absolutely official. As I said last night, the streak ended, meaning the streak of streams where I was hitting $150 in support in a row. It was like 95, and finally it ended, okay? So, what that told me was a couple of factors. Number one, I'm not always going to be able to get that amount for a stream, especially, for example, a stream like DS Politics, which is the stream that was last night's late stream. That stream's only on Kick. It's not going to have most of my YouTube audience, and it just happened that particularly last night, not much of the Kick audience showed up. They were busy either with other stuff or were watching Kino Casino or whatever it may have been. And because of that, there was nothing that could really be done, right? I did my best, but it is what it is. So the streak ended. And so this morning on the podcast, we discussed ideas of how to change the way that I do stuff that's going to basically be better for the audience, all right? Now, here's the truth. A lot of people are just very upset at the streak that it's every single stream I'm talking about it and we have to hit it every stream, right? Others are upset that basically after having get it to like 94, 95, it was a politics stream that ended the streak because they were like, man, that's not right. You know, we've been supporting all of Phil's content, notably his gameplay. Now he decides to do another project and that's how the streak ended. That sucks, okay? So on the podcast, we discussed all these ideas, notably that number one, moving forward, we were going to do things a little bit differently. That we were going to change it up. Remember that the big goal was going to be that if we hit 276 straight streams, I was going to play Stellar Blade. Well, I announced that since we were starting over, I would drastically reduce that. I said, let's get to 100. If we get to 100, then I'll play Stellar Blade. Because actually, it would have been like 180 something with the old goal. So I drastically reduced that to try to incentivize people to say, hey, if you really wanted it, please support now. But also I announced that if we did hit the goal of $150 on that very stream, that I would still get the food for DSP Tries It from Popeyes, and we would still do DSP Tries It despite the fact that the streak had ended the night before. Some people liked this idea, some people didn't, okay? So we played Marvel Rivals on the first stream, okay? Marvel Rivals. It plays great on PC. I played it at 120 frames. Great graphics, great controls. Plays just like Overwatch. Every character is basically a hybrid of an Overwatch character with another Overwatch character. And I played with Winter Soldier, who plays a lot like Roadhog in some capacity. A little different, but close. I played with Moon Knight, who I didn't really like at all. I played with Psylocke, who I very much liked. And then I played with Punisher, who, in my opinion, had been the best character in the Marvel Rivals beta, but now is weakened dramatically, but still is good in certain situations. So, used 4 different characters over the course of the stream. Sadly, the audience didn't really like it. Most people who were watching came by to see what it was and were like, you know, it's basically Overwatch, which is kind of, we were hoping it was a little different or whatever, but it's not. It is. At its core, it's absolutely Overwatch. Like, I can't even argue with that. That's really what they were going for here. It's just with Marvel characters. And so, at the end of the stream, we had raised about $60, and that was it. So we didn't even come close to hitting the goal on the stream, okay? So, during the break, I thought it over even further, and I actually had a discussion with one of my moderators, and he had a good idea, and I was like, dude, that's actually the idea I was going for, but he kind of tweaked it a little bit. It's like, all right, let's present it tonight on the late night stream. I also announced that since people didn't really like Marvel Rivals on the first stream, I wasn't going to play it all day. So I would mix it up, and the late stream now would actually be Bloodborne, which is fine. You know, I really enjoyed this run of Bloodborne. I've done pretty well, and I know that people show up and engage and support Bloodborne. They always have. So, late night streams Bloodborne, and right as I start the stream, I announce to everyone, no more streaks. We're done. Enough with the streak. Because when I have a streak going, basically it makes it all about that. And it's about, you got to contribute, you got to hit the streak, we got to keep it going. And I'm just tired of it. And the audience is tired of it, and I know it. So instead, I announce a new way to do it. Here's how it's going to work moving forward, and we'll discuss this more in detail on Sunday, but in a nutshell, from now on, there will be a $150 goal on a stream. If we hit it, we add 1 to the goals hit total. When we hit 10 goals hit, I'll do a DSP Tries It episode. So when we're getting close, we'll start to brainstorm what it should be. And then when we hit the 10, we just do it. Okay? When we hit other milestones, like let's say, for example, 25 or 50, we'll think of other incentivized rewards that we can do to get there. Now, I don't know what those will be now, because who knows, to hit 25, that could be a month. So who knows what it'll be? Let's talk about it in about a month, figure it out, right? So that way, it keeps it so that we don't actually have to hit the goal every stream. If we have a stream where we don't hit a goal, we don't count it, but that's fine because it doesn't eliminate all the other streams where we did. It's cumulative now. Instead of looking for a consecutive streak, we're just looking to cumulatively hit that level of support. Okay? So here's the deal. The more you support, the faster you get the rewards. You want DSP Tries It soon? Support the stream. You want to see Stellar Blade sooner rather than later? Support the stream, because when we hit 100 streams of hitting that goal, I will play Stellar Blade. See? So now, there's no longer going to be nights where it's like, oh my God, we're 50 bucks away. Who's going to drop the ginormous bomb? Instead, I'll be like, well, if someone drops it, great. We'll count it towards the streak. And if we don't get it, oh well. And that's also cool because that means I can do things like DS Politics and other streams and not have to worry about those killing the streak because people didn't come by that particular night. Okay? Now, undoubtedly, this means I'm going to be making less. But if this is what appeases everyone and this is what you guys want and you're frustrated with it always being about the streak, I'm willing to do this adjustment. But now, here's the other cool thing about it. There have definitely been nights when we hit the goal, but then more people are contributing and we're like, well, where did it go? Does it count towards anything? No, not really. We already hit the goal. And there's been other nights where people are like, well, I'd like to keep contributing, but we already hit the goal for tonight. So I'm just going to hold off. Maybe I'll come back at a future stream to contribute because you already hit your goal for tonight. Now, listen to this. If we double the goal on any particular stream, it counts for 2. If we triple the goal on any particular stream, it counts for 3. Get it? So if we have a day where for some reason people are incredibly generous and I raise $1,000, that's going to count for like 6 or 7. And it's going to add to the goal. So we can vastly accelerate the rate at which we get rewards if people are very supportive. So if we're like 3 streaks away or 3 streams away from hitting a DSP Tries It, but you want to see it the next day instead, we could do it if someone steps up. What if we're a few away from a 25 or a 50 incremental special reward? Someone could step up and reward that. You see what I mean? So that's really cool. And I think that's going to actually help in the long run people to feel like, man, my contribution tonight didn't really go towards much of anything because, it didn't apply to this particular goal because we already hit the goal. See? So there you go. So now every contribution counts towards something positive. It's cumulative. If we have a night that we don't hit the goal, it's not the end of the world. Everything counts towards great rewards. Now, the thing is now we have to start brainstorming rewards, right? We do. Like maybe at every 25 or 50, we do a viewer's choice playthrough where viewers will nominate and vote on a game, and that becomes a game that I do a playthrough of, or at least I commit to maybe doing a certain amount of streams of, because if I don't like it, I don't want to keep playing it, but maybe we commit to trying it 2 or 3 streams, and if I like it, then we do a full playthrough, okay? Maybe that's an idea, because we haven't done viewer's choice stuff like that in a very long time, okay? Anyway, I announced all of that, played Bloodborne tonight. I had one of the best streams of Bloodborne I've ever had. I was one-shotting bosses. I was kicking major ass. I did die some, but basically I was doing pretty good performance, and the audience not only appreciated that, they supported, and we hit the goal. So guess what? Goals hit 1. Now, it's not a streak of 1. Goals hit 1. And then on Sunday, we start again, and if we have a stream where we don't hit it, it's fine. If we have streams where we hit it, great. If we have streams where we exceed it and double it, triple it, excellent. And it's all good. Okay? That's what we're doing moving forward. I hope that makes sense to everyone. It sure makes sense to me, and people really seem to enjoy it today, so let's do it, okay? Now, tonight I'm going to upload everything. By the way, I need to make more clips from my politics show from last night. I didn't have a chance to finish, so tonight I'm going to make a few clips from that show and get that going. And so there'll be clips of that uploading to the DSP Reacts channel tonight, and then throughout the next 2 days, you'll see more clips of the politics show, okay? Of course, the Bloodborne gameplay, this daily wrap, all that will go live on DSPGaming overnight. I am not here tomorrow. It's a day off that I'm actually going to spend with my wife and have fun. We haven't done this in a while. We get a day to ourselves to go out. We're probably going to do some holiday shopping and decorations and stuff like that. We'll see. But it should be a great day out. And I'll be back on Sunday Level 1 podcast in the morning. Get this. Again, per your requests, I'm going to do a stream on Sundays, daytime stream. I'm going to play indie games. Since you guys have been saying, are you ever going to play them? Why do you only play AAA? On Sunday, we're doing indie. We're going to be doing either Killer Frequency, Coin Game, or Balatro. What we'll probably do is we'll run a poll during the Level 1 podcast. And then whatever wins at the end, that's what we're actually going to be playing during the stream. Now, if we play it for an hour, we get bored, we can switch to another one of those games. But that's pretty cool, right? And then on Sunday night, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, people contributing to pick where we fly. It's going to be great. You might say, well, why not any Indiana Jones? Because it's not out. Indiana Jones comes out on Monday for Game Pass and for people who buy it. Only if you buy the super expensive edition do you get to play it a few days early. Or if you're an influencer who kissed butt, you got a code and you got to play it early. That's why a lot of content creators were streaming it today. They didn't pay for it. They got it for free and they were playing it early. Because everyone was on, why aren't you playing it today, Phil? It's not out. I went to Game Pass, app on my PC and looked, it's not there. I can't play it if it's not there. So we'll be playing that on Monday. I've heard great things about it. So this week coming up will be great. We'll have some indie games. We'll have Flight Simulator. We'll have Indiana Jones. We'll have more Bloodborne, concluding with the main playthrough and maybe starting Old Hunters DLC. We'll have more Marvel Rivals. And we'll go from there. And we'll see what else we want to do. Oh, Stalker 2 as well. I totally forgot. Stalker 2 will continue this week as well. And it is 6 straight days of streaming, Sunday through Friday. Okay? Everyone, thank you so much. We're back on track. We got a new, rejuvenated feeling of positivity. We're ready to keep it rolling. Thank you for a great day. Have a good day tomorrow. I won't be here, but I'll see you on Sunday. Peace out. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Toodles.